on a good behavior bond. A recognizance of $500 to be of good behavior for a period of 3 years and to come up for sentence if and when called upon. Do you understand what that means? It means that if you commit a further offense during the next 3 years, you will not only forfeit your bond, but may be sentenced for this crime. Do you agree to this?
Yes, I do.
You may step down.
Leanne? What's going on in there? What the hell is going on? And will you just look at this place?
Had a friend around. Had to entertain him, didn't I?
Well, you can just get him out of Meg's bedroom and out of the flat.
Oh, he's gone. Went out the window.
Oh. I've got a message from your mother.
You know what you can do with that, don't you?
She's still your mother, Leanne.
I'm doing all right without her, and I don't want to know.
Well, you may think that you're doing all right, but you can't stay here forever. In fact, if Meg comes home and sees this place like this, you'll be right out on your ear.
You wouldn't let her do that to me.
Don't press your luck.
What did Mum want?
She wants to make it up with you. I think she's feeling pretty sorry about that row you had with her.
She was pretty nasty.
Well, she wants to say she's sorry.
That'll be the day.
At least go and see her and find out. You may be surprised. Well?
Yeah, all right. But if she gets stuck into me, she's going to be real sorry.
Geez, you're pretty good at sneaking up on people, aren't you?
What do you want me to do, knock?
I suppose it's your room as much as mine.
Oh, gee, thanks.
You really like playing the professor, don't you? Hey, maybe if you asked them real nicely, they might give you an office of your own, just like one of the screws.
I just want to study, do you, mate?
What's wrong? Rec room not good enough for you.
Too much noise with Lizzie and Martha raving on.
Big M, when did she ever get to rub two words together?
Well, she seems to think she's going to be star witness at B and Monica's trial.
I wouldn't be surprised if she'd done it herself.
Who, Martha?
Yeah, why not? She had more chance than the rest of us.
Was she like Bella?
Nah, I reckon she just liked the fact that Bella was being nice to her.
Oh, one way or another, what motive would she have?
Oh, there you go again. Motive. You don't need a motive to bump someone off.
You might.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Martha's dumb enough to do it just for the hell of it. Come to think of it, most of them in here are.
Yeah, except you, of course.
Listen, are you trying to say something?
You just seem very anxious to pin the blame on someone.
So you reckon I did it? You reckon I killed poor little Bella? Jeez, you're dumb, Karen. You're as stupid as the rest of them. Now, listen, I'll tell you something. There's killers and there's crims. I don't care what your books say. They're not the same. Well, not too often anyway. Now, take you. Now, you're no crim, but you bumped off your husband. Now, Lizzie, she's a crim, but she only meant them shearers she poisoned to get sick. And me? I'm no killer. I'm more of your Robin Hood, taken from the rich to give to the poor, namely me.
Well, according to you, that lets Martha off the hook. She's just a thief.
Don't be such a smart-ass. Martha is as dumb as an ox, and that's the difference between a killer and a real crim like me. Ah, books! You don't learn nothing from books.
Well, and how did the trial go? Well, pretty well, obviously.
Yeah, they put me on a good behaviour bond for 3 years.
Good. Oh, that's very good. Take a seat.
Thanks.
So, what are your plans now?
I'm going to go back to uni. I've got a while to go before I get my degree. And just stay out of trouble, I suppose.
Right. You're living at home, I take it?
No, not exactly.
Well, you're going to find it very hard to manage on your own once the baby arrives. I mean, it's a good idea to keep on your studies, but who's going to look after the kid, and what do you do for money?
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh?
Well, Dad pays rent on the flat, so that's okay.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm sure Dad's testimony helped a lot. Thanks for talking to him.
That's okay. Glad I could help.
You did. He was really impressed with you. Thought you were a bright young man.
Yes, well, fathers do tend to go on like that. Look, what can I do to help you?
It's about the baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a bit of a problem.
Actually, you know, I think you'd do much better to consult an obstetrician. I mean, I'm qualified to deal with maternity cases, but I'm not very experienced in that, and I think you'll be better off with specialist care. I know someone I can recommend. I'll give you his address.
But I don't want an obstetrician.
Huh?
No, you see, in a way, it was a good thing being pregnant. Let's face it, it's the only reason I didn't get a sentence, because the judge didn't want the kid to be born in custody. But it still leaves me with the problem of looking after it. That's not going to be easy.
No, that's true. Have you discussed this with your parents?
Well, Dad wants me to have the kid, of course, but he'd be useless looking after it, even assuming my stepmother would allow it into the house. We don't exactly get on.
I see. So you're thinking of adoption. Yes, I can understand your dilemma. Look, the best thing you can do is talk to a social worker. Someone like Jean Vernon, for instance, and give yourself a little while to think it over. You may decide later that you'd prefer to keep the child. Look, you're probably a bit panicky at the moment. Leave it for a few days. It'll all fall into perspective.
I don't think you understand, Doctor. I'm not panicky, and I'm not talking about adoption. I never had any intention of keeping the baby. It served its purpose. Now I want an abortion.
Yes. Yes, I see. Right. Thank you. Come in. Oh, good morning, Dr. Miller.
Good morning.
The police have just been on the phone. I have the pathologist's report. It confirms with your diagnosis, death by drowning. The police are coming back to re-question some of the women.
I didn't come here to discuss the pathologist's report, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh?
No. Okay, I know this is a bad time for you, and I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I shall be discontinuing my visits to the prison as of this week.
Well, that's rather sudden.
Not really. I did warn you I should be needing to devote all my time to my own practice.
Yes, I know, but we had hoped you would continue here until we found a regular medical officer.
We both know that that could be months yet, Mrs. Davidson, and I'm just not prepared to stay here that long.
What is it, Dr. Miller? You seem to be upset about something.
Well, quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of being used by unscrupulous women who play on my sympathy for their own ends.
What's happened?
I'm afraid I can't discuss that, Mrs. Davidson, but I'm thoroughly fed up, and the sooner I get out of here, the better it will be for all of us.
Well, for you, perhaps, but not for us. It will be very difficult to replace you. Well, obviously no point in my arguing with you. You seem to have made up your mind. All I can do is thank you for your excellent work here and wish you the very best of luck in your new practice.
I'm sorry, I really am.
Goodbye, Dr. Miller.
Goodbye.
Inspector Allen, the governor's expecting me.
Yes, would you just sign on, please? I'll let the governor know you're here.
No need. Another way.
Hi.
Well, young lady, I hope you left the place in a better condition than the one I found it in when I came home last night.
What do you mean? We'd cleaned it up before you got home.
That may be your idea of clean, but it's certainly not mine. It looked like a pigsty.
Well, you should feel at home then.
Leanne! Oh, don't worry, Meg. I'll vacuum it tonight.
I doubt whether that'll get the whiskey stains out of the carpet.
Well, I'll get them out somehow.
I know what I would rather you got out.
Meg, would you mind telling Nolene that Leanne's here?
She's already waiting in the interview room. Your mother...